Heiss. Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun just dropped stunning news. Are they really expecting their first child? Let's find out all the details together, right now, with red carpet revealed. Could it really be true? In an industry known for its perfectly polished images and tightly kept secrets, Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun just dropped a piece of news so electrifying that it stopped the entire Korean entertainment world in its tracks. The golden couple of K-drama, two of the most beloved stars on the planet, have announced they are expecting their first child together, and fans everywhere are reeling with joy. Surprise! A million questions. The announcement came on what was supposed to be just another quiet Thursday afternoon. A press conference had been teased earlier that morning, with both their agencies releasing identical, cryptic statements. Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun wish to share a special moment with you all today. Naturally, fans assumed it would be about a new project, perhaps a drama or film they were co-starring in again. No one, not even the most eagle-eyed of fans, predicted what came next. At precisely 3 p.m., the two appeared before a wall of flashing cameras, holding hands and smiling shyly. Park Bo-gum, in a perfectly tailored navy suit, and Kim So Hyun, radiant in a simple green dress. At the podium as the room fell completely silent. And then, with a gentle squeeze of her hand, Park Bo-gum leaned into the microphone and said the words that would send shockwaves across the globe. We're happy to share that we're expecting our first child. For a moment, there was no sound at all, as if even the air itself needed a moment to process what had just been said. Then the room erupted. Camera flashes went wild, reporters scrambled to jot down the words, and on social media, hashtags began trending within seconds. #Bo-gum So Hyun baby, #NextGen star, #News. But how did we get here? How did two stars, once just colleagues, find their way into each other's hearts, and now, into parenthood? It all began on the set of a blockbuster drama 3 years ago. They'd been cast as romantic leads in a sprawling historical epic, and from the very first script reading, the chemistry was undeniable. Witnesses say Park Bo-gum couldn't take his eyes off her as she read her lines, and Kim So Hyun, usually reserved around strangers, was seen laughing quietly at his jokes during breaks. For months, they played out a love story on screen, but fans were convinced that something real was brewing beneath the surface. Behind-the-scenes footage showed subtle moments, him draping his jacket over her shoulders when the temperature dropped, her leaning in just a little closer than necessary during intimate scenes. When asked about the rumors in interviews, they always smiled and gave professional answers. We're just colleagues, she would say. Have great teamwork, he'd add. But after the drama wrapped, the sightings continued. They were seen dining together at a quiet restaurant in Gangnam, spotted leaving the same cafe late at night, and most famously, photographed holding hands at Incheon Airport as they returned from an awards show overseas. Still, neither confirmed anything. Fans dubbed them the maybe couple, because maybe they were. And maybe they weren't. That all changed 6 months ago. Without warning, Kim So Hyun posted a single photo on Instagram, a blurry shot of two hands intertwined on a park bench, with the caption, "Always." The internet exploded. Soon after, Bo-gum posted his own photo, her silhouette against a sunset, with no caption at all. Hours later, both agencies released statements confirming what everyone already suspected. Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun have been seeing each other for some time, with serious intentions. We ask for your warm support. It was official. The maybe couple was no longer a maybe. But even then, no one could have anticipated today's news. When the press conference ended, the two stayed behind for several minutes, answering a flurry of questions with grace and humor. Park Bo-gum explained how they discovered the pregnancy. We were shocked, of course, but it felt right. Like a gift. Kim So Hyun added that she'd been nervous to share the news but ultimately wanted their fans to hear it directly from them. You've all been part of our journey from the start, she said, her voice trembling slightly. We wanted you to be part of this too. As she spoke, Park Bo-gum reached over and took her hand again, and the room fell silent for just a moment, everyone watching the simple gesture, realizing that this was not just another celebrity couple going through the motions. This was real. Later, a member of the production team from their drama shared their reaction on social media. We always knew they had something special. In between takes, the way he looked at her, the way she smiled at him. It was obvious, and their fans agree. Twitter and Instagram have been flooded with messages of congratulations, fan art depicting the couple holding a tiny baby wrapped in a star-patterned blanket, and even parody baby announcements designed by enthusiastic supporters. One tweet summed it up perfectly, from on-screen lovers to real-life parents-to-be. What a journey! Congratulations to the king and queen of our hearts. Yet amid the joy and the headlines, there is another side to their story, one that speaks to the incredible challenges of maintaining love in the glare of the public eye. For months leading up to today's announcement, insiders say the couple went to great lengths to protect their privacy. It wasn't easy, one stylist confided. Every event, every public appearance, we had to plan carefully. We adjusted her dresses to hide her growing belly, made sure she arrived and left at different times from him to avoid speculation. They didn't want the news to leak before they were ready. But keeping the secret also took an emotional toll. Friends of the couple say that both felt weighed down by the pressure, caught between their desire to share their happiness and their duty to manage the demands of their careers. Kim So Hyun reportedly cried to a close friend one night, confessing how hard it was to pretend nothing had changed when inside, everything had. I just want to live honestly, she said. They finally did. During the Q&A session, a reporter asked what kind of parents they hope to be. Park Bo-gum smiled thoughtfully before answering, "We hope to raise our child to be kind above all else, someone who knows how to care for others. That's the most important thing." Kim So Hyun added, "We want them to grow up knowing they're loved, not just by us, but by all the people who've supported us through everything." The announcement has also sparked discussions about their future in the industry. Will they take a break from acting? Will they return to the screen soon after the baby arrives? For now, both say they plan to focus on the pregnancy and take things one step at a time. "We're not thinking too far ahead yet," Bo-gum admitted. "Right now, it's just about making sure she's healthy and happy." And as they walked off the stage, hand in hand, Kim So Hyun looked back at the crowd of reporters and fans and gave one last radiant smile. The kind of smile that says everything words cannot. It's a new chapter, not just for them but for all of us who've watched their story unfold. From colleagues to confidants, from lovers to future parents, their journey has reminded us all that sometimes, love finds its way in the most unexpected of places. The world didn't just react, it erupted. In minutes of the announcement, Twitter was flooded with congratulations, memes, fan art, and emotional posts. The hashtag #BoGumSoHyunBaby hit #1 worldwide within an hour. Fans from across the globe, from Seoul to New York, Berlin to Manila, began sharing their favorite moments from the couple's love story, now reinterpreted through the lens of this new chapter. One fan tweeted, "I grew up watching her dramas, and I grew up rooting for him. To see them create a new life together, it feels like watching my own family grow." Another posted a beautiful digital illustration of Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun cradling a tiny baby wrapped in a constellation-patterned blanket, with the caption, "The stars aligned." Even fellow celebrities couldn't contain their joy. Song Joong-ki, a longtime friend of Bo-gum, shared a selfie of himself holding a baby rattle with the message, "Uncle Mode activated." "Congratulations, my brother." Actress Kim Yoo-young, who has worked with both of them in the past, on her Instagram story, "Our princess is going to be a mom. So proud and happy for you both." Amid all this noise, however, couple themselves quietly retreated from the spotlight after the press conference, opting to spend their first hours of public parenthood in private. But not before one final gesture. Later that evening, both posted a joint message on their Instagram accounts, accompanied by a black and white photo of their intertwined hands resting gently over Kim So Hyun's slightly rounded stomach. The caption was simple, "Our biggest troll yet. Thank you for believing in us." But beyond the public reactions and the celebrity endorsements, there was an untold story, one of quiet resilience and delicate strategy that made this moment possible. According to those close to the couple, months leading up to the announcement had been a test of their patience and their commitment, not just to each other but also to the careers they've worked so hard to build. One stylist who worked with So Hyun during her first trimester revealed, "We had to get creative with her wardrobe. flowy dresses, strategically placed accessories, lighting tricks, anything to keep the bump from showing before she was ready to share, and ready she was, but not without some fear. Friends of the actress said that she confided in them about the anxiety of becoming a mother in front of the world. Everyone will have something to say, she reportedly admitted to one close friend. They'll judge whether it was too soon, too late, whether I deserve to be happy at all. Yet when the day came, stood before the cameras with quiet confidence, a united front against whatever scrutiny might come their way. Behind closed doors, the couple also began preparing for their new roles as parents. According to an industry insider, they have already chosen a maternity clinic in Gangnam renowned for its discretion and high-quality care. Park Bo-gum, ever the meticulous planner, has reportedly hired a prenatal nutritionist and even begun setting up a nursery at their shared home. Pale yellow walls, stuffed animals lined up neatly, soft music ready to play. Despite their hectic schedules, both have decided to scale back work commitments for the foreseeable future. Kim So Hyun has already declined 2 drama offers for next year, and Park Bo-gum is said to be postponing a movie project to focus on his growing family. Still, neither intends to leave the industry entirely. "We're actors. It's who we are," Bo-gum explained in a private conversation with a journalist. "But this baby will always come first now. Find a way to balance everything." For fans, this revelation only deepened their admiration. Messages poured in praising their maturity and dedication, with many expressing relief that the couple was prioritizing family over fame, at least for now. As the news continued to ripple through the industry, old director who worked with both years ago summed it up best: "We all saw it coming, didn't we?" The way they looked at each other, it was more than acting. And now, they're proving that love is stronger than the lights and cameras. The story even inspired conversations beyond fan communities, sparking discussions about changing societal attitudes toward marriage and parenthood in the entertainment industry. Once upon a time, an announcement like this, particularly from a young, unmarried actress, would have been considered scandalous. But Kim So Hyun and Park Bo-gum's dignified, heartfelt approach seems to have softened even the harshest critics. An editorial in one of Korea's largest newspapers praised them for their candor. By choosing to share their joy openly, Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun are challenging outdated stigmas and showing a new path forward for young stars everywhere. Still, not everyone was pleased. But vocal contingent of critics took to social media to question whether they should have waited, or whether this would damage their careers. For every critical voice, there were thousands more shouting them down with support and love. And through it all, the couple remained silent, choosing to let their actions speak louder than words. 1 week after the announcement, pair was photographed again, this time, walking through a quiet park together. Bo-gum carried a small shopping bag, while So Hyun wore a loose coat and scarf, her hair pulled back, her hand resting comfortably in his. They didn't notice the cameras, or if they did, they didn't care. Later, a fan who had been at the park shared her experience on a forum. "They looked so happy. Not glamorous or perfect, just human. Like 2 people excited and a little scared about what's coming next." That sentiment seems to have captured what so many feel about this moment. It's not just a celebrity gossip story, but a reminder that even the brightest stars are human, with hopes, fears, and dreams like anyone else. Due date approaches, speculation continues about what the couple will name the baby, whether it will be a boy or a girl, what kind of parents they'll be. Some fans have even created polls and games predicting potential names, often combining parts of their names into adorable possibilities. Through all of this, the couple has maintained their trademark grace. A close friend shared, "They're taking it one day at a time." They know they won't have all the answers right away. What matters is they're facing it together. On the final page of this chapter, for now, one thing is certain: Park Bo-gum and Kim So Hyun have already rewritten what it means to be a star couple in Korea, not just by falling in love, but by embracing the messy, beautiful reality of building a life together, in front of millions of eyes. In their own words, "This is just the beginning, our greatest role is yet to come." And as they continue down this path, hand in hand, hearts full, the world will be watching, cheering them on, and waiting to meet the little star who started it all. At Red Carpet Revealed, we'll be watching too, because when it comes to stories like theirs, the best is always yet